Okay, well, welcome. We are here, first episode of Midnight Encounters. We have two, we have one medium-sized story and one small story about the Hat Man. You guys have not known the Hat Man. It's a tall, black figure with a top hat or some kind of hat. All black. And sometimes you can see it having white eyes, sometimes not. But yes, the Hat Man. We got two stories that I have found. We are going to start with the shorter one. Okay. It was about a year ago now, and I still think of it to this day. I was laying in bed next to my partner. We both fell asleep around 10, 11 that night, which was kind of out of ordinary for us because we're normally night owls. I would preface this story here, right before we go any further, that neither of us do drugs, drink, or have both not really ever smoked weed since November 2022. It has been at least a month or two at this point that neither of us smoked. Okay. Have you ever had a dream inside of a dream? Or it was one of those. So I didn't think I was sleeping, but most certainly was. I turned over and checked my phone around 2 o'clock a.m. and everything seems real normal. But then the door opens. It has to have opened only enough for a person to slip in and out. I open my eyes in the dream. I see what appears to be a man around 8, 9 feet tall, standing in the front of my bed. He leans over to my partner and stares at him dead in the face while standing there, just slowly getting closer and closer, and gets so close that it's like he kisses him. The odd part is that he's still at the edge of the bed, and his body is leaned over the bed. We have a queen-size bed, and it's raised. Humanly, that would not be possible. I tried to move it, but it feels like there's bricks on my chest. I'm stuck. My partner, on the other hand, I'm hearing him make uncomfortable sound in his sleep, like something's wrong and I can't wake him up. I began using only a bit of strength I had left in my body to tap my boyfriend in my hand. We're laying backs flat by side, and I'm on the edge. Finally, I am able to pull myself out of it. I wake up, he stands straight up and moves towards the side of my bed. My eyes are open. He sees me. He looks fine, but if he's moving at the edge of the bed to the side of the bed of where I am at, then I raise my body up. It's weird. It's kind of like I scared him, if I was to put it into words. He slowly walks into the center of the room. He's facing away from me now, and then the figure in less than 2 seconds vanished into thin air. Our room door was always shut at night, and obviously at this point I'm not going to go back to sleep and get up and check the door and it's cracked. Yeah, I'm not going to go back to sleep, so I get up and check the door and it's cracked open. Check my phone, it's 2:32 a.m. How long did this go on for? I wonder. Was it real? How did this happen? Am I a witch? I thought I was protected. The truth is, no one is safe from the Hat Man. It's a small story, but hey, that's something. Okay, so this one's a little longer. Yeah. My wallpaper is not scary whatsoever, especially in this day and age. Jesus. Okay. So this is me looking on Reddit. Has anybody else encountered with the Hat Man? As long as I can remember, I've seen a normally tall, thin, shadow person wearing a top hat. I've seen him inside my house, outside at school, and even at other people's houses. Sightings include seeing him briefly peep out behind the trees, buildings, outside in broad daylight, and a couple of times while using the restroom at school, and only seeing his feet standing outside a closed stall door. Even in light, he has no features, just pure darkness, like a black paper cut out of the shape of a person. I mostly see him inside, though. He sometimes stands behind my bedroom door, sometimes paces up and down the hallway by night. Several times while passing a mirror or other reflective surface, I can barely just catch a glimpse of him following closely behind me in my reflection. But when I spin around, no one's there. This is an everyday thing. It's just often enough that I can't discount it for something in my eye, catching something completely normal in my peripheral vision, and or another thing is that I'm not at least a bit frightened of him. He doesn't have a threatening aura at all. It's a more sense of curiosity, maybe. I read up some kind of phenomena of others seeing the Hat Man, and many describe his dreadful feeling when they see them. I never felt, not even as a child. I was wondering how widespread encounters are with this entity, or whatever it is. It's an edit. I forgot to add that the Hat Man has followed me to several houses whenever I moved. I'm an adult now, and I've seen him here, but no one else in my family has ever seen him except me. Okay, so he's attached to you. Got it. A list of instances where this person has seen him. This is by no means a complete list, just a few things I can remember on top of my head. Here's a little list. It's not too long, but it's okay. I clearly remember him standing against the wall behind my door in my bedroom at night. From the time I was still in a toddler bed, he would just watch me. And sometimes he would just walk out the door, up the hallway, and be gone. Other times I'd fall asleep while he's still standing there. I saw him outside many times as a child. I recall playing with my dog, throwing a ball towards the woods that lined our backyard, and as I watched my dog run to the ball, I would see him standing at the very edge of the trees. Another instance, I was playing in my pool with a friend, about 5-6 years in age, and I saw his upper body poking around the side of my house watching me. Shit. I saw him in my elementary school. God damn. While on the swing set during recess, again, this is an upper body peering around the side of a tree. Twice I remember using the restroom at school and just seeing his feet underneath the stall door if it was something waiting for me to finish. I never heard anyone come in, and if he wasn't there, I opened the door. Another time, I was passing the gym and glanced in, and he was standing there in the middle of the empty gym watching me pass by. Shit. I saw him at my friend's house, standing in the doorway watching Let's play it with dolls. Once I came out of the bathroom at my grandmother's house, he was standing at the end of the hallway, and I could see him in the mirrors a lot too. Shit. I've been laying in my bed reading a book, and I've seen him walk by in the open bedroom door. And a few times I've come out of the bedroom and seen him standing in my daughter's room across the hall. Shit. God damn. I especially remember one time when I thought my daughter saw him too, but she was too young to talk. I had her in the bathtub and half turned to reach for the baby shampoo. Behind me, I saw him out of the corner of my eye, and when I fully turned my face to him, he slowly backed out of the room, without making a sound, almost as if he was gliding, not walking. This was in the middle of the day, under a bright bathroom light. My daughter's eyes followed him as well. There are many occurrences, but this one was long enough. Already, he's not scary at all. He's just never tried to interact with me or touch me. This is not sleep paralysis. I was fully awake and engaging with other people during instances. So, this is different for each person. Some people have negative things, some people don't. And yeah. We got one more. Yeah, we have one more. It's just any experience with ghosts/spirits, moving objects, and shit like that. Hello. I have never had any paranormal experience myself. However, when my stepfather passed away, something unusual happened when my sister was staying at my mom's spare room. For context, my stepdad was a perfectionist and he had OCD. He didn't like people touching his things. He owned a bike and he loved it. Cycling is a favorite thing to do. We kept the bike in a spare room that my sister was staying in, and that we were planning on to sell, as we weren't well off and nobody had a use for it. My sister said that she felt somebody sitting on the bottom of her bed, and I asked her if anybody had come to the room in the middle of the night. Neither me or my mom had when we were into the room to check it out. We went to the room to check it out. The bike's handlebars is completely twisted and round, with his tools all over the floor, as somebody has emptied the toolbox. For ages I couldn't work out what happened. My sister isn't the only one who played pranks, especially about something like this. Also, she is not somebody who is into DIY, do it yourself. I've never seen her near a toolbox, and if she wanted to do that, I don't know if she knew how to. I was under the impression that ghosts can't touch things or move things. I've never been a big believer, but I've never been really against it. Weird. Interesting. So we have two little Hatman things, and we have one just a little experience about a little bit of a toolbox and a bike. Okay, it's a 50-minute episode, but that's okay. It's fine for the first episode. It's all good. Keep it small, keep it nice. Thank you guys for listening, and yeah, I will hopefully see you guys on the next episode of the Midnight Encounters.